Carthay Neighborhoods Historic District. What do you get when you combine Spanish colonial revival, Mediterranean revival, French revival, and a splash of storybook just for fun? Only one of the most architecturally significant neighborhoods in Southern California. The Carthay Neighborhoods Historic District is an exceptional, intact collection of historic homes located just south of LA's Miracle Mile. Developed from 1922 through 1933, during a time of incredible growth for Los Angeles, this district comprises 3 subdivisions: Carthay Circle, Carthay Square, and South Carthay. Each is locally designated as a Los Angeles Historic Preservation Overlay Zone, or HPOZ. The colorful array of single-family homes was the brainchild of real estate developer J. Harvey McCarthy. The district's outstanding architecture truly conveys the sense of place in Los Angeles during one of its greatest periods of growth.
Hello, my name is Mary Ringhoff. I'm a senior associate at Architectural Resources Group here in Los Angeles. I'm an architectural historian, and I helped to prepare the National Register nomination for the Carthay Neighborhoods Historic District. The architecture in this area is really remarkable. It's really known as a single-family residential area, but there are also a lot of multifamily, and all of these buildings were built in period revival styles, which were very popular in the 1920s and 30s. So they're these very flamboyant, detailed in their articulation. There are towers, there are crenellations, there's storybook houses, there's Spanish houses. It's just a really wonderful and whimsical and fanciful collection of architecture of really high quality. It really became a drawing point for other developers who wanted to come into that area because it was one of the first ones that were out that far on that end of Los Angeles. And so it really became sort of a model for how other developers wanted to approach their developments.
For decades, the crown jewel of the Carthay neighborhoods was the spectacular Carthay Circle Theater. Prominently located along the intersection of San Vicente Boulevard and Wilshire, the Carthay Circle Theater was an instant success when it opened in 1926. The striking Mission Revival Theater, with its illuminated Spanish-style tower, became famous for its glittery Hollywood premieres and came to be known as the showplace of the Golden West.
So the 1926 Carthay Circle Theater was quickly very famous. It actually drove development in the neighborhood. And then in 1969, it was demolished. So this was not the only demolition in the city that drove really the rebirth of the preservation program in Los Angeles. But the theater was one of the driving forces that really made people sit up and take notice and say, if we don't do something, we're going to lose everything that's special.
Perhaps it was the visible wound of a lost architectural icon that made the residents of the Carthay neighborhoods especially sensitive to protecting their history. In 2020, the Save Carthays group was formed with the goal of adding the district to the National Register of Historic Places.
Together, these 3 neighborhoods were stronger than they were on their own when it came to expressing their historical significance in a national kind of way.
After extensive fieldwork, background research, and analysis, the nomination was submitted for the California Office of Historic Preservation in June 2021 and was listed in the National Register of Historic Places in March 2022.
I think it just really comes down to the fact that historic preservation, you always think of it as only being about the places, but it's really about the people. A place doesn't mean anything unless the people are there.
Thanks to the hard-fought effort of Carthay neighbors, it will be a beautiful day in this neighborhood for many years to come.